Hello, you beautiful bastards, and welcome to my so-called show. So far, the load of toxicity might still be held up due to the hurricanes, or you may be traveling still. So hopefully, you can make it on a little later. If not, hopefully next week. So, yeah, episode 3 of The Penguin, and the episode is called Bliss. Yeah, that's an easy name. I can't believe I had to look that up. So, Bliss starts off with Victor in a flashback where we found out he has a girlfriend and that we get to know his family a little bit. And they are pretty much honest folk who kind of put their heads down and really don't seem to acknowledge or want to acknowledge they've been exploited by their boss, which also does lead to Victor questioning their whole principles on the thing. And unfortunately, due to the Riddler floods in the Batman movie, the floods, his parents end up getting swept up in the floods, killing them. Victor sees this on top of a rooftop with his friends while they're celebrating and drinking. And then we cut to the present day, and Oz is stepping up his plan with the blackmail evidence of John Vitti for the Maronis, without Sophia's knowledge so far. Sophia also is keeping is also sort of keeping stum about a drug called Bliss that she's manufacturing without the Falcone's knowledge for now. And later she reveals this while also letting them know that they're going to do a deal with the Triads. Meanwhile, Victor has been questioning whether to stay with Oz and become somebody or live a normal life with his girlfriend Gracilia in California. And yet, this is a much better episode for Victor than the first two was, because this time we are finally getting to know this guy. He's obviously a good kid with some dickhead friends who's kind of just got caught in the wrong side of the tracks. And with a father that's willing to let himself be exploited because he doesn't want to cause trouble, and because at least he has more than where he originally came from. You can sort of see why Victor is becoming more and more open to committing crimes. Because why be an honest guy getting tread on when you can take what you want? And there is one scene where he admits to Gracie, if I'm pronouncing her fucking name right, that Oz is a gangster, and why would you fucking do that? That's you keep stum about that. You keep quiet about that. That was dumb. That was dumb. But we have seen enough to make us sympathise with him. I mean, we see his trauma, the loss he suffered, and he does seem to be a good kid, conflicted by the whole affair. But at the same time, he might be developing a taste for it. We do get to see Colin Farrell and Christine Milioti work together a bit more in this, and they actually do have some really good chemistry with each other. They bounce off each other very well. I almost want these two to like each other, but we know that's not going to happen because there's too much bad blood there. There's too much stuff in the past that is unresolved, and they're both playing each other. We know that, and they both know that as well. But I also think Sophia may be a bit more honest about about her feelings towards Oz than Oz is. I mean, they withhold plans from each other, but give themselves each other just enough just enough to sort of like help each other out. And like I said, they both know each other is full of shit, but they know that they need each other for certain things. Even the triad leader is skeptical. Well, not the triad leader, the guy who asks them to get in touch with VT about the whole thing. He's very skeptical about it. We do almost, we do actually see more chemistry developing between Victor and Oz, and yeah, the whole surrogate father thing is starting to feel a bit more convincing. And I do like how Oz is becoming more of a surrogate father. And I also like the contrast to his real father, who is the complete opposite. Because when you see his father is willing to be exploited, while Oz is telling Victor that you got to grab life by the fucking balls, take every opportunity you can. Don't fucking don't let anyone get in your fucking way to do it. It's you can sort of see why Victor might be a bit more enticed to help us out more. And yeah, why? Because his dad was an honest guy, and he was getting trodden on. He was living in a shitty little small apartment. You know, he was barely fucking having being able to afford decent food, whatever. So there's good context there. That is good writing. You know, we're giving something to understand why Victor is doing what he's doing, even though it's probably insane. And let's not forget, he's still a very young, naive lad. He's obviously, I don't know, is he a high school student or in his 20s? One of them. But I also like the fact that VT is the only one out of the Falcons who seems to be a bit more upfront to Sophia and Oz about about his basically his feelings, more honest about his feelings towards them, because he kind of just calls out Oz for just being this fucking joke. You know, he doesn't see him as an actual ally. He just sees him as someone to have around and for entertainment. You know, it's like their fucking court jester. And I love how he just throws that right in Oz's face, and it just same thing with Sophia being a psycho. He calls her a spoilt brat who got what she deserved, and he probably is right. I mean, it's I think I missed something about because apparently Sophia has killed 7 women and she's called the Hangman, but I might have missed something in the episode where it's hinted that she might not have, but I don't know. Oh yeah, looks like Toxic's on. Give me a second. I'm live now. I don't know what's going on here. I'm live now, mate. I'm live now. I'm live now. I'm doing the Penguin review. If you want to jump on, have you not watched it yet? I'm live now, man. I'm gonna have to put you down and call you back soon. All right. I know. You take care, man. All right. You take care. Uh, yeah, that was fun, Dad Menace. That was a big surprise. Yeah. Hey, Jama Lama. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm still waiting for Toxic. He's supposed to be on, but who knows? He might be getting held up. There's a lot of shit going down with the hurricane, so who knows? Yeah, Avi Kaki. Yeah, anyone? I know. I don't know if it's been down from North Carolina. I think it was supposed to be hitting Florida somewhere. World War Joe seems to be not affected by it. Thank God for that. Yeah, And the thing is, I've got my phone on to look at my notes as well. I can't turn it off. That's kind of put me in a bit of a fucking. If we don't pop on, it might be a very short stream. So, yeah. What else was I on about? Okay, where was I again? I was just, yeah. Well, did your oyster with the in the restaurant? Yeah, because they're in the restaurant when they're saying this, and yeah, once again, we're seeing more. We're seeing the chemistry develop between Oz and Victor, and I really like that. It's a nice little contrast to the father being honest but being exploited, and Oz is telling him, yeah, you know what? Being an honest man is fucking overrated. You take what you want. Don't let anyone fucking get in your way. Yeah, I don't know what's happened there, fan dad. I was getting a call saying it was from Toxic, and it was saying from World War Joe. It's real weird. I have no idea what was happening there. It was a group call, something like that. I've sent them the link. I don't know. I'm really hoping it's the right one. I'll check again on StreamYard. I guess. I'll send them the link again just in case. Who knows? Because I know Lance did this with me a while back. So who knows? I might have got the wrong one. Did I? No, I didn't. I sent the right one. No, I've sent the right one. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta love these little things when they just fucking come out of nowhere. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Like I said, it's a group call. I mean, it must have gotten fucking tangled up somewhere because apparently it's from Wes. It's from Toxic. So I don't know what's happening. He's not messaged me back. Like I said, he's probably held up somewhere. Something's happening. He has been real busy at the moment. He's been doing his other streams as well, but this might be one of the few times he just things have just gotten in the way. He's always been there. Sometimes he'll be late, but he'll always be there. Or as to paraphrase Gandalf, a toxic person is never late. He arrives when he precisely means to. So let's get back on my notes anyway, because my memory is fucking shit. There he is. Yeah, what happened there, man? Fucking hell, everything just got tangled up. I ended up getting Fandad answering.
Oh, I don't know. I was trying to respond to you. I'm moving around this apartment complex that my son lives in Daytona Beach, and just like shit's pure chaos down here. But yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm just going through my opinions on the episode now, and then we'll get to you. Well, let me find my place now, because.
Okay, yeah, just pull me in whenever you're ready, and if you lose me, fuck it, don't worry about it.
Yeah, but I do like. Okay, well, I do like the fact that we are seeing a bit more of Victor this time. We're starting to get to know him a little bit more, and we're starting to see his conflictions and his trauma. And I like the contrast between his real father and Oz being like this surrogate father figure, because you sort of see his dad is like this very passive guy. He's acknowledged that he's being exploited, but he's still being grateful and not taking action against it. While Oz is saying, "Listen, you take the fucking world by the balls, all right? Don't being a nice man is fucking overrated. You take life while you can get it." And I really like that little contrast as well.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we are seeing that Sophia is being a bit more honest with Oz than Oz is with her, because she's calling him out, saying, "Right, you're just my former fucking driver. You're just this little crippled guy who used to work for me. You're not even a capo or a maid man. You're just this fucking low-level ranking guy." But
I know that dude is lucky. He is lucky to be alive right now, like for real. Like I can't believe Oz didn't kill him over that shit.
Yeah, I know, and I think he, but he does seem to show a little bit more like, well, Victor, you mean?
Yeah, that too.
Oh yeah. Which one were you talking about then?
I misunderstood. I thought you were talking about Oz being made fun of by
Oh,
VD.
VT. Oh, yeah. That as well. Yeah, VT might be the only one who's been honest with both of them as well, because he calls out Sophia being a spoilt brat who got what she deserved, while also saying that Oz was just there as a fucking court jester. He wasn't. He wasn't no one, man. We gave him drops just to fucking keep you busy and off our backs, which was
I
like,
know, but it's crazy that that guy's got some balls to say all that crazy shit.
and I still think they're trying to keep a little bit of. They're not trying to blow off too many things out of proportion just yet, but I think Oz is. Oz will though. He will really show fucking VT what he's made of. I think
Oh
he will.
yeah, before he killed Sophia's brother in episode 1, you know that there was many conversations prior to that where the brother took the piss out of him or busted his balls or degraded him in some way. So you know he just keeps score. You know what I mean? Like Oswald keeps score, and then later, he's gonna blow sooner or later. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I give credit to the actor who plays Paul V. He's fucking good though. I mean, he's like I said, he's kind of the only honest one here out of them all. He's not really been. He probably is. He has his own agenda, but at the same time, he seems to be less two faced than Oz and Sophia is with each other. It's
Is he? He's sleeping with the boss's
apart
wife.
from that as well. Yeah, apart from that though, but he is being pretty much fucking straightforward about his
I mean, that's
towards
pretty.
his
That's
girl.
pretty not straightforward. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like,
Well, maybe with the boss anyway. That was the one thing that still makes him a two-faced bastard, though. But I do like the fact that even Oz and Sophia still kind of need each other for certain things. I mean, she still needs Oz to sort of like get the deals done because he knows the fucking clubs and the distribution side, but she knows the drug side of Bliss because she, if she is telling the truth, they gave her that shit in Arkham.
I think she's telling the truth. Why do you think she's
Mm.
not?
Well, it could be. It could have been a way to entice Zhao. Who knows?
Oh,
But that's the thing. That's what I like about this. You never really know what they're saying could be truthful or if they're just saying what the other person wants to hear.
hmm. I kind of feel like Sophia's pretty honest. I think. I mean, she might be crazy and ruthless, but I think she's honest, though. You
She's
know?
definitely honest with Oz, though. She is. Oz is actually less honest than Sophia at the moment because
Oh,
he's still
yeah.
trying to
Oh,
play
yeah.
to her side, and she's still calling him out, saying, "Listen, you're just my fucking driver. That's all you are." But she still knows he has his uses.
I mean, he keeps. Well, I don't know. Want to get to that part yet? Are you doing spoilers or non spoilers?
We can do spoilers, yeah. One thing, spoiler warning. I probably should have said that earlier. I do apologize.
Yeah, I had not caught what you had said so far, so I didn't know. I didn't want to. I don't want to say something out of pocket.
Yeah, I don't think the one thing Victor did that I thought was stupid was tell his girlfriend straight away that Oz may be a gangster or is a gangster because that's not something I think he should admit because now she fucking knows as well. She knows something about him.
Well, you have to remember this kid is just a kid. He's going to
Mm.
make kid choices and do kid stuff. He might be in a criminal world. He might be ambitious. He might even have some talents, but he's still, at the end of the day, he's just a kid. You know.
That's a good point there, anyway. But Oz, yeah, he's still he does say a few things to Sophia that you almost think that maybe he is being genuine, because we found out later that it was him that kind of shipped her off to Arkham, I think, wasn't it?
I wasn't really clear on that. I had understood.
I know he had a hand in it anyway, and he even admits like, sure, I fucked you over because it got me what I wanted. I mean, someone like me fucking having it, and he nearly breaks down in tears. And I was wondering if he almost
Yeah,
was being genuine there,
I don't
right up
know.
until the end when Maroni's people show up and Victor saves them, and he leaves there behind.
See, because I thought it was the uncle that got her locked up,
Yeah,
but
no,
maybe I misunderstood that. I don't know.
yeah,
That
well, he
wasn't super
seems he
clear to
seems
me.
very, yeah. Well, Oz does seem very it does seem to imply that Oz had a hand in it as well because he is really apologetic. Well, coming across apologetic anyway for Sophia.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a good episode once again. It's a good, strong episode. The plan gets kicked up a bit more of a notch, and I actually like the chemistry between Sophia and Penguin in the scenes. Though they really do bounce off each other very well, even though these are two people that really shouldn't trust each other, and I love that.
I think this might be the best episode so far.
It is. I know. We got Victor. We got more context into Victor. We got to know him better. We got to see the chemistry between him and Oz develop more. The chemistry between Oz and Sophia develop more, and we start to see just more what Sophia is. She's not that she's more savvy than she's appearing, even more and more. And Oz, once again, is kind of becoming he's maybe biting off more than he can chew, but he's still adapting. He's still finding a way around it, and yeah, it's really up the ante a little bit more. It's really develops the plot a lot more. And I'm really looking forward to see what they do next. I'll be very surprised if they top it.
You know what this episode kind of by the way, this is my favorite episode so far. You know what it
Same.
reminded you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of A Bronx Tale. Have you ever seen A Bronx Tale before?
Yeah, I love that film. Yeah, because once again, you're getting the honest father who's barely scraping by, then you're getting the gangster father figure who's fucking doing what he likes and he's making money and he's got all the fucking nicest clothes. He owns a bar, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely along those lines. And Victor is definitely, I forgot the name of the main kid on it, but he's definitely him there.
What, in A Bronx Tale or this?
Yeah, he's definitely the main. He's like the main kid in the Bronx Tale, isn't he? In a way.
Yeah, it's Colugido, or they called him C.
Yeah. So see,
His
yeah.
name was unpronounceable. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's kind of like these two men, although in this instance the real dad is actually dead, as opposed to Bronx Tale. By the way, spoiler alert for 30-year-old movie The Bronx Tale. The surrogate father, Charles Palminteri's character, Sonny, he's the one that winds up dead. But in this one, the real dad is dead already, and it's this gangster that's sort of mentoring the kid. I kind of got those vibes from episode 1, but now especially with this episode, it really it really shows how charismatic and enticing Oz can make the criminal life kind of seem to be.
Yeah. And I love what Jamal Lam is saying here. I love how you're getting into the minds and motivations of the characters while moving the story along and keeping this kind of tension behind everything. Yes, because
Yeah,
it's not
facts.
like
Facts.
yeah, it's not like Rings of Power where they're just fucking walking and doing one thing and then walking doing another thing. Like everyone
Right.
seems to be stating is happening. We are getting more layers added to the plot. It's moving along. We are seeing just how the plan is escalating and how things are going wrong and how they are trying to sort of get through those those disasters and try to adapt and try and find a solution to the problems. And I love that.
It's really showing Oz's superpower, which is getting out of sticky situations that he's inadvertently got himself into. You know what I
I
mean? Like
know.
he might have impulse control problems, and maybe he's a tad too ambitious for his own good, but he has this ability in which to extricate himself from situations that ordinary people would not be able to do.
Yeah, and I like the
Now,
fact
whether Go ahead.
'cause he's willing to take that risk as well. Because what am I going to do? Be this fucking cripple with these this job in the middle of fucking nowhere where I'm barely making money, just so the other families can get me out the way. It's like, yeah, fuck that shit. And
Yeah.
that's why you like him for it.
No, yeah, you're gonna stick up, even though he does these really horrible things. You're gonna side with him because it's like we've all been the underdog. We've all been taken advantage of by people who think that they're better than us, or by rate of station are better than, like he's got all the gangsters in the Falcone family are all these like beautiful people that are beautiful and rich, and he's this, kind of crippled troll that they just sort of tolerate, and he's wanting to get above his station, and he's taking this kid in, and man, that speech that he gives to the kid, epic. Probably one of the best speeches I've seen in TV this year, in anything that I've seen him in. And that, all that controversy about him wearing a fat suit and they should have gotten a fat actor. Listen, only Colin Farrell could have pulled off that
No,
scene.
no. Yeah, no, I mean, fucking hell, like, even as someone who's still trying to shift his weight a bit, fucking hell, we need good actors to play the part. That's
Yeah.
it. I mean, if there's a fat guy who probably could have played it, okay, but Colin Farrell is still a major star. He's gonna get asses in seats. He's gonna get the views. He's gonna get the engagements that they need. You know, it's all who can make the big bucks. I mean, even in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, they kind of used Robert Downey Jr.'s character as a way just to get Colin Farrell to drop his price tag.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
I suppose.
That's funny. That's when Colin Farrell was being hedged as like the next big thing because he was like a pretty boy actor, but he's actually a great actor. So, as somebody who's been following him since 2000,
Mm.
when I saw him in Tigerland, I've I've never that I can think of seen a bad performance. That's not to say that he has always done Denzel level work, but it is to say that I've always, I know I'm in for a good time if Colin Farrell shows up in a film, regardless of what the source material is. You know how they say like back in the day you'd see an actor's name and that's what would get asses in this. Like if I see Colin Farrell's name on something, I'll probably watch it, which unfortunately has led to not bad acting on his part, but a bad showpiece with Sugar. Spoiler alert for Sugar. He's a fucking alien. So that's like maybe the only time I've been, but I wasn't disappointed by Colin Farrell's acting. His acting is superb. But yeah,
Yeah,
other than that, I can I ask you a question real quick?
yeah. Ask me a question. Yeah.
So do you think that speech that he gives to Vic near the end, where he's like the whole, hey, you don't want to, when they're in the bathroom, and he's like, what do you think? I'm holding you hostage? I'm not holding you hostage. What, you want to go? Go. But if you want to stay, I need you to do this and I need you to do that and yada, yada, yada. And he just basically ultimately says, uh, you know, you could be poor and you could die in if you don't want to try and do something above what you are, you can die in poverty. And good news that's easy. That's already ready for you if you want it. And it really just kind of gets under the kid's skin. Do you think that was from the heart because he really believes that, or do you think that was more uh uh Oz the Penguin manipulating somebody towards his own ends?
I want to believe it was from the heart, but I think he is kind of playing his kid a little bit. I think he does have some affection for him, but at the same time, he is still in this for himself.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean that ending scene with Sophia, that I was like, it's like fuck it, leave her. I was like, dude,
I
you've
know,
literally you've literally just said you can trust me. Give me a chance.
I know.
Watch what
I
I
was
do.
almost there as
One
well.
minute.
He was tearing up as well when he was
I
confessing to her.
know.
I was like,
That's what
shit.
makes me. That's what motivates me to ask you that question because I'm just like, dude, you literally, Oz, you literally just said you can trust me. I got your back. And then you left her. Like, bruh, are you serious right now? like you're such a piece of shit, man. I
I
mean,
know
good
he's
on you.
making me cheer on for the fucking serial killer here. It's
It's crazy, but a lot to like about this episode. I don't know if you're going to ask rating or I don't, if you have any questions.
I
Um,
will, and
okay, okay.
yeah, and I do like. I think we'll give you a more. I think you've already given your overview, your opinion on this episode already. And is there any more you want to add to this episode before I go on to the favorite characters, favorite quotes, and the ratings?
I am intrigued at to what I'm curious to know the answer to my own question that I posed to you because I just don't know. Like,
Yeah,
is he like sincere because his actions would speak otherwise. But then on top of that, it's like he does and says things like, when he defends Vic against like the waiter, just for instance, just like, hey, he'll talk as long as he'll take as long
mm,
as he needs to take to speak, yada yada yada. All that stuff. And I would have given the same advice. I'd have been like, listen, you can have your little girlfriend, you can get on your little bus trip and you can do this and have a mediocre life. I would have given him the same thing, but I would have, me personally, toxic, I would have meant it when I said it. But for the life of me, right up until the point when he betrays Sophia again, I was like, okay, now is this calling into question every single thing that I've seen, not only in this episode, but in the the 3 episodes that I've seen thus far? And if it is that the intention of the writers? And if it is that, then I'm super intrigued. Like, I don't know where it's going because I don't know what the motivations are of our main protagonist. So, I mean, he's made silly mistakes like uh shooting what is the brother's name? I'm sorry, I forget. What is the brother's name?
Alberto.
Out shooting Alberto is such a mistake. And he spends so much time trying to clean up and go after it. But then he's made other mistakes that you wouldn't think that he would make, like giving the jewelry to his mom, like who is not right in her head. And they keep
Yeah,
they keep
yeah. People are gonna
referencing.
fucking yeah. That's gonna come back on it. That's gonna bite him in the ass later on. It is.
Or is it part of an overall master plan?
Hmm. We'll have to see. We will have to see. I have a feeling it's going to bite him in the ass, though. But who knows? He's already betrayed Aunt Sophia now. He's got the Maronis on his fucking ass. They've seen through him, so he's probably has to think of a new plan straight away. Now he has to adapt and try and find out how he can prevail from this situation.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but
No, it's
I'm
that's
fascinated It's like watching when I watched The Talented Mr. Ripley, the original movie with Matt Damon, watching him squirm and weasel his way out of all of these situations, you know. The difference being those were situations that were organic to the plot of the film, whereas these things are things that Oz pretty much causes himself. He's doing these things to himself, and then he has to kind of get himself out. It's like he can't get out of his own way a little bit, and I can certainly relate to that.
yeah. But I think that's kind of the price when you try to take down a fucking organized crime syndicate just so you can have your own organized crime syndicate. It's
Facts, yeah.
yeah,
There's going to
yeah.
be
He's
some
taking that's a big fucking
collateral.
gamble.
Yeah, there's going
Yeah,
to be collateral damage. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I know. I know. Vic's probably going to end up fucking paying the price as well for not getting on that bus with Gracilia, if that's his girlfriend's name. Ah, fucking hell, that was
It doesn't matter. I don't think we see her again.
no.
Do you think Vic is going to be either killed before the end of the season? Because I've heard that theory. Or do you think that Vic winds up being comic book character Victor Zaz?
Oh, Victor Zaz. I don't know if that's a bit of a stretch because I mean, Victor Zaz was like this fucking serial killer, wasn't he? Who carved his victims, who carved marks into his arm every time he
True,
killed someone. So
true, but he did that
yeah.
at a young age, and he did it after losing his parents, which Vic has also done.
Oh, I don't know because I've not seen anything that's setting him up for that just yet. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe the life of the cram of hanging on with Oz takes its toll on him, and he does go that way. You've actually really opened a you've actually opened the door here for a lot of theories here now. Because we
That's what
know
I'm
his
here
name's
for.
Victor, but
Yeah.
nah, I was on the mind that he probably might get killed by the end of the series.
I mean, I could go either way at this point. I really could. I could go either
Mm,
way. He might be a made up character that is not, because those theories always exist. Even like a show like Walking Dead, they're like, oh, is this T Dog supposed to be Tyrese? And then later we get a Tyrese, and T Dog was just a made up character for the show. So I mean, it could easily be that, and the show would be no less for it. If they don't kill him off, it could be no less for it. I mean, so far, you know how we were saying earlier, like the kid is really an untested quantity, and me, you, and Lance were talking about he's really got to kind of prove himself. I think he's proven himself. I think he's
yeah. Oh
I think
yeah.
he's doing it.
Yeah. He's fucking like I said. He's gotten better as a character now. I'm really starting to. He is kind of like the heart of it a little bit, but at the same time, he's going to be fucking corrupted.
Yeah.
He's going to be really fucking corrupted.
Jamalama thinks he is going to be Victor Zaz, and yeah, I don't know how to spell it either. I think it's ZZAZ, but I might be wrong about that. But yeah, Jamalama, I don't know.
Mm.
It could be. It's a thought. Victor Zaz is one of my favorite characters from the Gotham TV show. I
Yeah,
never
he was
saw.
fucking cool. He's yeah,
Yeah.
because there's been different interpretations of Zaz. He's in Batman Begins as well, but he's basically just another psycho for Batman to take on in
Who
with
was he
shows.
in He was in Batman Begins. Who was he in Batman Begins? I don't remember.
He's one of the escaped Arkham Asylum inmates. So he's right in the scene where Ra's al Ghul fucking uh, clouds the city in fear toxin. You'll see him later as well. Even you see Scarecrow getting
Okay.
him off in court at the beginning of the movie.
Oh, okay. I'll have to rewatch that. I don't remember that.
Yeah, yeah, but there's been different versions. I mean, the one in Gotham, he's definitely more of he's less psychotic than what you see in the comics. He
The
actually
one
seems
in
a bit
Gotham
more
was
control. Yeah,
dope. It was the one in Gotham. So for the guy that was also in Barry, he is my ultimate favorite. Like he's so good. He's
yeah,
crazy.
because he's more like a hitman in Gotham, while in the comics
Yeah,
he's just a serial killer. That's it.
yeah, yeah.
Especially, I think the Arkham games got his character a bit more close to the comics. But yeah, this would be a very good, very new, interesting take on Victor Saz if that is the case. But who knows? It could be just another kid called Victor who
Yeah.
ends up getting killed.
Yeah, and that's and if that's the case, if he gets killed in the culmination of the season in order to lead into something else, I'm fine with that. If he lives and he winds up just being a different character named Victor, I'm also okay with that. I'm okay either way. Like as far as this episode, I'm on board with Victor. I liked him. I liked everything that I saw. Again, favorite episode. I mean, you
Mm.
haven't asked me yet, but I'll just go ahead and tell you 10 out of 10 or 5 out of
Yeah, 10
5.
out of 10. All right, well, we'll establish that now. Okay, and I think you've already done your favourite quote, but just in case, remind me, refresh my memory.
Um, well, I guess it would be. I mean, I don't know if you can say it's a quote, but the whole speech that he gives him to say, you could live a life of poverty and all that kind of like good job. You've already made that if that's what you want. And dying in the ghetto don't make you a hero and that kind of stuff like that. That really spoke to me. That was really good. But again, I'm conflicted about it because I don't know. Like now, after talking to you and doing this, I don't know if I don't even know if he meant it now. I don't know if he means anything that he says. All these people that he interacts with, is he ever being sincere? Is he being sincere with his mom when he tells his mom things that he tells her? And is he being sincere with the hooker madam friend of his that like God, I don't know. And you know what? You know what's great about that? I'm totally fine with not knowing. I'm totally
Yeah, I
fine with
know,
it
because yeah,
being
that's what I mean.
revealed.
It's what makes these characters interesting. It's like it makes you get excited for the next episode to see where it goes. See if he did mean it, or if this is another part of his plan. And if it is part of a plan, what's this plan? How is he going to pull it off?
Mhm.
That's what makes it so interesting. And
Yeah.
it's not letting us down. It's really getting better. And I'm hoping the next episodes get better. I think got about 5 more episodes to go.
It's
So
an 8
yeah,
is it an 8 episode,
it's an 8
limit?
episode. So far, to my knowledge, it's
Okay.
saying 8 episodes on Internet Movie
I heard
Database.
another YouTuber say November 9th is the ending of it. That's what I heard.
So
But
it might
that
be.
may not don't quote me on that because that might not be right. But I think that's right, but I'm not sure if that's right.
Yeah, we'll see what's happening anyway. But yeah, that's a good quote. I think I did like the scene in the restaurant where he's stammering, trying to pronounce the name of the steak, and is
Yeah.
and is like, listen, people, right? You make sure people wait for you. All right, you take your fucking time if you need to. That kind of thing. Because
Yeah.
once again, it's a nice little contrast to his honest dad.
Oz is
He's actually telling him to take charge and have more initiative and be
right.
more in control, isn't he?
Well, and also link up with him because it's like, look, I have a disability, but I don't let that
Mm.
speak for me. It's like that first episode where they're on the train and he sees the disabled chair and he's just like, no, hell no, I ain't sitting in that. And he keeps it to himself. Like when he works on his mangled foot, he does it in private. It's what I mean. Like he keeps
Yeah,
all that stuff to himself. He doesn't allow people to see that weakness in him. It's like, no, that's my like, yeah, people know that I'm a cripple, but guess what? I'm not going to draw attention to it. I'm not going to do this. Yada yada yada. And that's also juxtaposed against like Sophia. Like she knows that people know that she's crazy. She
mm,
knows that she's crazy, but so far, like the only person who sees her vulnerable because of her crazy is the doctor. Other people that have seen glimpses and things of her craziness, they're people that have a reason to fear it. So she uses it as a strength. And in that way, Oz is much the same. And in that way, he's trying to endear himself to Victor by saying, listen, yeah, guess what? You have a stutter. Okay, fine. But you also can make people wait till you get done speaking because that's what it is, because you're that guy. Now, I love that, and I love that situation. However, like I said, the entirety of this episode calls into question, like, when he does that, is he doing that just to manipulate the kid, to make the kid feel like he's on the same side? And that's very interesting. That's a very interesting idea, that this guy he's so full of shit, really, that even the moments when he believes that he is sincere, when you believe he's sincere, he's actually just he doesn't care. He's like, he's out for number one. It doesn't matter. He can do whatever he wants to do, and I find that to be very intriguing. Even though me myself, I am a very black and white character, as you know, having read my book. I like to write complicated characters. You really don't know what's going on behind them. I like them to be a mystery because I think that's more interesting.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, it gives more of a mystery. It makes you question more and more. It makes you intrigued. Always give them more.
Yeah.
And it's like Jamalama says. I think Oz cares when he was at the bar sulking after Vic left. He was hurt, so yeah, maybe there is still a part of him that does care and sees it. And you are right about him. Doing his tending to his mangled foot in private because he's a gangster. He cannot look weak. I mean, remember in The Sopranos where everyone finds out Tony Soprano's seeing a shrink.
He,
Well,
he can't be going
apparently,
to see a shrink, right? Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
apparently no one, no fucking self-respecting gangster would admit that because it's a sign
No,
of
yeah,
weakness. I know.
yeah. No, I have rheumatoid arthritis in my hands, and it's affected my ability to shoot. So when I was overseas in Iraq, I would hide that. I would hide it from my troops. I would hide it from my superiors because it was like, and then at night I would bury my hands in rice, dry rice, so that it would stop the inflammation, so that I could, the next day if there was a gunfight, I could still utilize. But I to myself. I'll admit it to you now because it doesn't matter now because I don't do that kind of work anymore. But that's the thing. You don't let your enemies see your weaknesses, but you also don't let your friends see your weaknesses, because why? Because it brings legitimacy to your weaknesses. And you never know which of your friends is going to one day be your enemy.
Yeah, exactly. And plus, and I think they kind of it does kind of have Oz and Sophia bond in a strange way, even though they don't trust each other because the Falcone see both of them as liabilities, and that's one of they kind of have a lot in common, but at the same time they don't. They're the same, but they're the opposite as well in a
I
way.
also did like the fact that they juxtapose Vic talking to his dad about wanting more and doing this more and
Yeah,
asking for
I
more.
love that.
And then later when Oz offers him $1,000 a week, he's like, make it two. Because he's
Yeah, fucking Oz is like laughing, saying, "No," but you can tell he admires him for being a little bit cheeky, though, persistent, maybe.
yeah, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I think it does remind Oz of himself a little bit as well. Just sort of like sort of pushing his luck a little bit, seeing how far it'll take him. Because
May I ask you another question?
yeah, ask me another question. Yeah,
So when we at the end of the year in January, when we do our top four of 2024, um, one, will you join us this year?
yeah,
And
I'll
two,
try. I will fucking try. It depends because
okay, I understand. I understand. And
it's the time zones, isn't it? But I will try and make it this time, because who knows? I might be really fucking drunk. It's New Year's,
fair, fair. Well, I
So
think
who
I think
knows?
we did it I think we did it after like the first week of January or something like that. But um,
Oh yeah, I can
reg-
probably still do that then. Yeah, if it's like the
regard
first week of
yeah,
January. Yeah.
regardless, if you were to appear on it, do you think at this point, it being October now, do you think that this show will appear in your top four of 2024 or no?
I'm really hoping because Masters of the Air was almost there, right up until what
Was
episode?
it really?
Uh,
Really?
it
I
almost
heard
was. I
that
think right up
went
until
off the
episode four,
rails.
or five. Yeah,
Lance told me that went off the rails real quick. I don't want to.
it did. It really fucking did, man. Jesus Christ! I mean, it's like Dale Dye said in his interview, like, "You ever heard the term woke?" So yeah,
Oh no, did it go? Well, you know what? We'll talk about
yeah.
that.
There was a
We'll talk
fucking
about we'll talk about that another time. But
yeah,
if
another
let
time,
me
man. But yeah,
let me change my can I change my question? If the show stays to this level of quality, will it wind up on your top 4 of 2024?
yeah, because there's barely been any good TV shows at the moment that's been in my top four.
Okay, awesome.
So yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
let's hope it doesn't drop the fucking ball, man. Because so yeah, I will go into favorite characters, and I will say Sophia again. I think Victor might be a good second. I mean, Oz is already a good character, and it's obvious to state how good he is. But Victor might be a good second, but Sophia is still really fucking bringing more to the table here as well. She's starting to surprise me more. She's showing to be a bit more honest than fucking Oz is, even though she's kind of using him as well. She's almost kind of the lesser of the Warren Evils when it comes to honesty, anyway.
Yeah, no, agreed. Yeah, I will. I'll slightly edge it towards Vic,
Mm.
but only because because they really hand this episode to Vic, and he's done the thing that I've been wanting him to do for 3 episodes now. He's really kind of starting to show a real good arc, and this is exactly what I wanted to see from him. And I'm glad they took their time to build it up, and I'm very happy. But yeah, this is exactly what I wanted. And then but to caveat on to what you just said, yeah, Sophia is fantastic, and like you know what she's like. She's like a little tiny 90-pound Anton Chigurh. Every time she's
Yeah.
on screen, every time she's on screen, I'm worried about the other characters. I'm like, dude, this motherfucker might die right now. like this guy, like, dude, you like I'm just waiting for her to pull a coin out and flip it. Just be like, uh what is the heads or tails, pick it, like, because she's just like every time she's her eyes, she does so much with her eyes, like she buries them into you, and you know that every single thing that you say, she's got that bullshit detector, and it's just like that thing
Yeah,
comes
she's
on,
just
it's just
reading you.
like you could see all the way into somebody's soul with them eyes. And
Yes. Yeah,
yeah,
she's got these very big eyes, hasn't she? These very big
yeah,
Disney princess eyes.
got Italian women. I don't think God did anything better than when he made Italian women.
Oh, hands
His
down, fucking hell! I mean, it's bad enough the Italians make fucking good food. It's
so yeah,
but
but that's it.
yeah, and I think she does kind of show a bit more vulnerability as well when after Oz says, "Yeah, I fucked you. Can you ever forgive me?" And she does seem to look like she's I don't know how to trust you, but she does look like she wants to as well, even though you know she shouldn't.
I don't think she wants. I don't think that she wants to trust Oz. Um, I think that she wants to trust somebody.
Mm.
I think she wants somebody to have as her partner in the way that her brother was, but not weak in the way that her brother was. So I think that's what she wants. But the part of her that knows better, the instinctual part of her just is like, yeah, no, this is not gonna work. So I think
Mm.
the only reason Oz is still above ground is because she doubts herself because she knows that she has a disability with her craziness, you know. So I really think that's the only reason that he's still walking around, is that she doesn't 100% trust herself enough to go, this dude's playing both sides.
Yeah, that's it. That's a good fucking point, that as well. And Oz has even said that once she's done, the Falcones will probably end up bumping her off as well. He said that right at the fucking beginning. So
Now that I believe is true. I
yeah,
believe that's true. I don't think that's bullshit. I don't think he said that for her benefit. I think he really believes that, and And to be fair, I really believe it too.
Yeah, it did
So
make me laugh when Victor Hedge was coming around and he's like, "She's a hangman. She killed 7 women." It's like, "Hey, you can't always believe what you hear in the papers." That did
yeah,
make me laugh that little bit. She's a pussycat.
dude, the hangman stuff aside, just the way that she acts, I would be frightened if she was a real person, like not the comic book version, that version right there. I would be pissing my pants dealing with her. Me, I would.
Yeah,
I would be afraid of. I'd be like, yes, ma'am. I wouldn't betray her for shit. I wouldn't play her for any of. Nah. I'd be like, you know what? Nah, I'm Falcone. Whatever, whatever you're saying, boss. I got you. But again, I mean, look at she had a guy like that. Oz made it look like he was the snitch, the turncoat. So that's what sucks. Because that guy was like super loyal to her. It's like, give me a gun. It's like, oh man, no bueno.
I know
Fucking
because
Oz.
that's the thing. I wouldn't fight her in the comics, but I wouldn't want to come across her in the fucking in Gotham. I mean, yeah, this is
No,
what she looks
in this
like. This,
show,
let me
yeah.
get a picture up of her right now. So if I can, shit.
Okay, okay. If
Here we
they
go.
do, I don't know what's true and what's not true. I've heard that the next Matt Reeves Batman, if it is such a thing, is that if that is to happen, excuse me, if that is to happen, they're indicated that it it will kind of it'll kind of leapfrog off of this series, which I don't have any kind of a problem with at all. That being the case, man, if that would be so cool if she was on the big screen, you know, doing this kind of like I would love to see that. That would be incredible to me. You know what I mean? That would be as incredible to me as seeing the Firefly characters show up on the big screen in Serenity. So I would love to see that.
Yeah. Apparently, that's what she looks like in the comics. Is it showing up? Yeah, yeah, right there,
Oh
right
my
on the right.
god.
That's. I mean,
Oh
look how
wow.
fucking big she is there.
Jesus.
I know. She's a fucking mountain in the comics.
I'll go with this version better. I think I like this version better, to be
Yeah,
honest.
because there's just something about a person who just who doesn't really look like they could do, but at the same time they're still giving you that idea they are not to be messed with.
I've always kind of found it to be fascinating to have somebody, an actor or actress that has been around for a while and I've known of them, like I know their name, I know the things that they have been in, and then they do something and I'm like, "Oh wow. Okay. I see you. Like I like this." You know what I mean? Like there's been a few that would be a great poll question or a question of the day. But, you know, somebody who's been around, I've seen them in like, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 projects and then they do something and I'm like, "Oh wow. This is the real you right here." You know, this is the person you were all along. You know, I like that. I enjoy that very, very much when that happens. And I think for Christine Milotti, I believe this to be her project. I don't know I don't know if you feel the same or you thought she was better
Yeah,
in something else. But
she's done well in other stuff, but this is her best fucking performance. It really is.
I've not really thought much of anything else she's been in. Like I said, and I've said this in other streams, and I'm gonna try to not repeat myself again, but unfortunately I have to. The Black Mirror episode is really good that she was in, but that's one episode, one time of a long running anthology series. So it's I mean, as good as it is, I can't really. It's not something I can be like, oh yeah, rah." But you know, conversely, that was also in that episode, Jesse Plemons. I'd seen him for years and years and many, many different things. And then when I saw him in Civil War, I'm like, oh wow, this is it right here, man. This is the role that makes you stand out. So, and it was even just like a little bit part too, which is cool. But yeah, I like that. I really like that. I like finding somebody that I've already known. Like I've already known who they are. I've seen things they've done. You know, like I know their name even, and then they turn into this other thing, and I'm like, oh wow, like Matthew McConaughey in True Detective season 1. You know, like I've known Matthew McConaughey for years, and I've liked most of the things that he was in. But in 2014, when he had that life changing role as Rust Cole in season 1 of True Detective, he became a completely different actor to me. So I don't
Yeah,
know if that
because
makes
for a while in 2000s, he was just kind of like the generic sort of good-looking boyfriend in rom-coms, and then he comes back, doesn't he? He starts doing the serious roles again, like he used to in the 90s with films like A Time to Kill.
yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I don't want to derail your stream, but I just watched Uncut Gems for the first time the other day at one of the hotels I
Oh
was staying
man,
at. And
I,
yeah,
I love it, but I hate the fucking character. It's like
Adam Sandler
he's so
became
good in it though.
he's so good. He became somebody else, and this is somebody that
Yeah,
I've been watching for 30 years, and they've just become something else. I love that. I love see that's the one. As much as I like to shit on Hollywood, I I love the potential for somebody to shock me and surprise me. I also love, consistency. I love Denzel. I love knowing that any Denzel is going to be a great Denzel. I do love that. That being said, I do love when somebody does something. I'm like, oh, I see you now. I see you. I see what you're trying to do with that. Okay, I got you. I love that, and I like those little gem roles, and somebody who changes as an actor. Elizabeth Shue
yeah,
in leaving Las Vegas changed from the girl I had a crush on from The Karate Kid and Adventures in Babysitting and things like that. They get that role, and that's the great thing about actors is that they get these roles like Christine Milioti has done with Sophia Falcone. Like they get these roles, because you could look at it and go, that's not the role for her. But then they get it and then they make it their own and they become this other thing, and then you just go, wow, this is who you really are. This is where you really stand out. So, kudos to the casting director and kudos to
yeah. Yeah, I
her
think that's
agent
what
that
give a
got her
that's
the
why I give credit to DC about it as well, because let's not forget, Michael Keaton was fucking Mr. Mum. He was in these like
Oh,
comedies,
facts.
wasn't he? And
Yeah, oh,
then yeah,
facts. Totally facts. Yeah. No, yeah, you're a little younger than me, so you don't remember that. But yeah, that was a huge, huge controversy back in the day. Like that was out of control. People were like, "What? Michael Keaton? Are you serious right now?" So yeah, that was on par with like Bruce Willis playing a action hero in Die Hard. Up to that
yeah,
point,
because he was a fucking comedy star, wasn't he? I mean, he did have like a
fact.
serious role in Miami Vice, but people still knew him as the
Yeah,
funny guy in what is it, Moonlighting.
yeah, moonlighting. Yeah,
I know. So yeah, so yeah, good rating, 4 out of 5 for me. Sorry, 5 out of 5. Fucking on, because it is so far the best episode. Because it
could
really
not
is.
agree with you more.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. The
Yep.
plot is thickening a bit more. We're still getting a bit more ambiguity with the Penguin and his motives, and whether he's totally full of shit or if there is a part of him that does care or is empathetic. And yeah, and it once again, it's making me excited for the next episode, and I can't wait to see what happens next. And please, please do not drop the ball. I'm so fed up of fucking good shows starting off good, then becoming shit, and I really want this to at least be half decent all the way through. Come on, give us that. At least give us that. So yeah, and any last words to say on this before we set off?
I think I've said all the I whatever I didn't say you said. So I'm good. But yeah, I mean, I did say at the outset I think we've done a couple of these shows, and I did say I had my reservations because remember earlier this year HBO kind of screwed me over with True Detective season 4. I
Yeah,
liked
you
a couple of
mentioned
the
that.
I liked a couple of the episodes, and then it went way off the rails. Also, and again, it's not Colin Farrell's fault. I'm not mad at Colin Farrell, but Sugar, I'm actually more mad at Vex Electronica. Vex, you big tittied swine, uh, making me watch that show, knowing I love private detective noir shows, and then it turned out to be a fucking alien show. Like seriously, like that set me off. So, and yeah, like the drinker said, you know, a show based off of a side character. I was like, yeah, I don't know, man. But it's look, I love to be wrong. This is what the woke mob doesn't understand about us. We are very happy to say that we are wrong and something is good when we thought it was going to be bad. We are not happy to say it's bad when we thought it was going to be good. I thought this was going to be bad. I don't know what you thought about it prior to it. Maybe you didn't have an opinion. I was like not interested in this at all. And then I watched it and I was like, wow. And I think I watched it off of your recommendation too. Or somebody told me it was good, and I started watching it, and I've been nothing but impressed. If it keeps going along the way that it's going, it's for sure going in my top 4 of 2024. So yeah, I'm happy to talk about it with you here. So
Yeah, thank you for that, Toxic, and thank you, Blue Collar and Jamalama and Nix for joining us, and let's go up here, Aviaki as well. Thank you for joining us, and Fandad Menace as well, and anyone who's been caught up in the hurricanes. I hope it hasn't caused too much trouble for you.
it's been a little
Keep,
rough. It's been a little rough, but I'm all right.
yeah, yeah. Stay safe. Hope your family and friends are safe as well, and nothing bad has happened. It would really break my heart to know if it did. And yeah, join us, and hopefully you can join us next Thursday, same time, same bat time, same bat
Nice,
bastard
good
channel.
reference.
It's like
Good reference. Same bat bastard channel. I like it. Good job.
yeah. And whether you beautiful bat bastards are Northern English or not, thanks for joining us. And do remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, and to ring that bell in order to be notified. And if you wish to further support this channel, then there's super chats, super thanks, and I will post the links in the description below for my Patreon and PayPal. And right now, that is us done, and we are off to the pub. Thank you for joining us. Bye bye.
Peace.